Hey y'all, welcome back to another YouTube video. I wanted to put an emphasis on why our generation feels so lost and why we aren't able to be the person that we want to be. So, let me tell y'all a story. It was, I'll go really in the past. Okay, it was a day before my first day of school, going into third grade. I stayed up till 2 a.m. watching Phase Rug. And I remember the first day of third grade, I was so unfocused. My mind was so unclear. And although this is like, oh, this was so long ago, what impact does that have? This reflects what our generation truly is. We're the first generation who has had access to technology since we were little. I remember when I was like in first, second grade, I was going downstairs, getting the phone, watching YouTube videos, consuming content. And I got a realization. We are the first generation in human history who, since the moment we're born, we had access to all this technology. Our parents, they had access to technology, but they got it like later on down in life. When they were in college, all this smartphone stuff was coming out. But we've had access to this in our pockets. Our minds have been corrupted from the start to where when we try to escape this box that we put ourselves in, it almost feels impossible. So let's start off by what the majority of our generation is doing. For most of y'all would probably wake up, grab your phone, either go on TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter, and just indulge in content. This indulgence takes away from your lack of urgency. And I remember some days I'd wake up and I'd be so unsure about my direction, but I would not be able to hyper focus and put my mind to anything. And our generation is so lost with all these distractions, we are unable to target our minds and do something meaningful out of our lives. By you guys watching this video, I want you guys to get motivated. I want you to make something of your life. It's okay to fall behind, but don't make it a habit. Every day you wake up with urgency. Everything you do, every action should be towards your goals. And speaking from experience, although what you're currently doing is going to be stressful and hard, when you look back at it, you're going to feel a sense of pride towards it. Let me give you all an example. So the summer after my sophomore year, I was like, fuck it, I gotta lock in. What I did was I started waking up early every day. I started going on a morning bike ride. I started taking cold showers. I stopped all these high dopamine habits that I had. And that really, while I was doing it, it was so stressful for me. It was so hard for me to wake up. It was so hard for me to go outside. It was so hard for me to do these type things. But I was like, fuck it. I know the direction I'm going and I know where I want to go. I kept doing it. And what I realized is while I hated my life while doing it, and I was looking back at it now and I was like, damn, order and structure in your life, it really drove me forward. And when I'm looking back at those memories, for some reason, I'm not faced with that same level of, oh, why did I do this? I'm thankful I had even though during that time I fell off my bike and hurt my right leg, which took a while to recover. I was like, this experience is what has guided me to become the man I am. And our generation, I feel like because of all these distractions that are available to us, we don't have this thing in our mind where we can realize the long-term impact of what we're doing. We're just endlessly consuming content. Who benefits off of your attention? Have that question in your mind. Who benefits off of your attention? When you're on Instagram, who benefits off your attention? Meta. When you're on Netflix, who benefits off your attention? Netflix. It's like your attention is in the hands of the corporation. People these days are like, oh, the Jews run the world. Oh, these fucking classes, these billionaires. It's like the people who run the world are the people who can grip attention and keep it. 2 hours a day doesn't feel much. That's almost 4% of your... Think about it. If you spend 2 hours a day on your phone, on Instagram, Twitter, or whatever social media you use, that's like 4% of your whole life when you die. Like, it's actually insane that we are so short, our brains are so short-circuited that we can't envision our future selves. And the best way to get out of these dopamine cycles, or to get out of these falsified dopamine cycles, to get off of what's causing this mayhem in your head, is to disconnect. And that will get you further than anything else in life. The ability to sit in silence, reflect, and connect.